Hello, I'm Sally Lyndley, and welcome to this episode of Lyndley Trends. On this episode, I want to talk about a very big buzzword that's being used across the internet, which is normcore. Normcore. I consider it to be like normal core. Some people make a reference to Seinfeld and to Norm on Seinfeld, who dressed very normal. And I mean, I don't know, I think the word normal has also been thrown around a lot recently. And I wanted to talk about this trend of normcore because it was on a couple of runways this season, specifically in Paris, on the Miu Miu runway and on the Chanel runway. So Miuccia Prada for Miu Miu took the concept of normal and put it through her crazy fashion vision. And in a quote backstage said, "I don't think there's anything more weird than normal." So I just want to start there because that's an awesome quote, and I think she's absolutely right. I love the fact that on the Miu Miu runway, she did very normal things like, anoraks and pop over anoraks and rain jackets and things like that are usually really normal, like kind of boring things in a wardrobe, and she did them all in bright colors and plastic, and they all just look like candy. So I thought that was really cool. And then on the Chanel runway, we have Karl Lagerfeld, who basically created a giant grocery store and had girls in what he thought they should be wearing to the grocery store in this concept of normal life. So I thought the fact that Karl Lagerfeld did his take on what a normal life and normal woman is doing in her day-to-day life, which is going grocery shopping apparently, and what they should be wearing for that was really cool, and kind of goes back to this whole conversation of normcore. Normcore was brought up in a couple of different culture trend reports out there, and they were really reporting on the fact that all of these artists and super creative people living in Brooklyn and in New York and in LA and in London and places like that are adopting uniforms that are very blend in and normal in their route. So that being said, white t-shirts, things from Patagonia, normal khaki pants, and Nikes, and the uniform of all these young artistic people who are probably, and most of them in their 20s and 30s, they're all wanting to blend in. They don't want, for them it's really becoming about art. And I think this is the conversation of Celine and what Phoebe Philo has been doing at Celine, where there's this conversation about that your art, whatever you're creating, whether it's music or fine art, painting, sculpture, whether it's clothing or a TV show or you're a filmmaker, it's kind of the idea of you just are comfortable and you look normal and blend in, but your art stands for itself and your art is its own expression. And I think, that's how Sofia Coppola has always dressed. She's always been very normcore, which is something I'm obsessed with about her. And a lot of the big fashion photographers and people I know on the other sides of fashion, besides the fashion designers and stylists, have uniforms. Makeup artists, photographers, all those guys, hair people, they have uniforms and things that they wear every day that fits into this whole normcore concept. So it's really about wearing clothes that make you fit in, that make you blend in, so you can go about your life in a very normal way, whatever normal is. But I think it's an interesting thing to look at, that you want to be powerful, but you want to look normal and blend in and be able to, do your business, if you will. This kind of comes back to what's been happening with women in business, that it's not about kind of dressing like a sexy secretary or, how a lot of women have dressed for the past couple of years, or wearing, really hideous suits from Ann Taylor and things like that. It's about adopting super comfortable, very normal looking clothes that are in high quality fabrics and that are comfortable for women to wear and that suit more body types inside of this normcore conversation that's happening. So I think it's interesting. I'm going to find some of the reports that I have been reading about it online and put below. I'll definitely put the Chanel show below and the Miu Miu show below to take a look at. And yeah, think about it. Take a look and see how normcore is seeping into your life. And also with normcore happening, there's also now anti-normcore, which is for the girls or guys who like to dress a little bit more clownish. No, not clownish, but like a fashionista who likes to stick out and is not scared of sticking out. I think that Normcore is more for the shyer or quieter personalities who, again, don't want it to be about themselves. They want it to be about their art or their work. And that's what I think is interesting here. So check out Normcore. I will see you guys in the next episode of Lyndley Trends. Check you later.